You saw Ticketmaster is officially an illegal monopoly now. I saw the headlines. I haven't looked into it. Let me see. I hesitate to believe that, though. There was a big effort to shut this down. So I'd be shocked if they did actually follow through and designate them an illegal monopoly. There's got to be some kind of caveat. Jury finds Live Nation Ticketmaster illegal monopoly that overcharged fans. Trump administration dropped out of the trial, but 33 states kept fighting. This I didn't know. Once Trump came in because of... Trump always steps in when there's donations on the line. I remember the administration came in to try and, like, wash it. I thought it was kaput. I didn't realize they kept going. Wait a minute, this could be huge then. Federal jury ruled today that Live Nation and its Ticketmaster subsidiary operate an illegal monopoly that overcharged fans for tickets, handing a win to U.S. states that continue to trial even after the Trump administration dropped out. Jury found that Ticketmaster unlawfully maintains a monopoly in the market for ticketing services at major concert venues, and that Live Nation has a monopoly in the market for large amphitheaters used by artists. Whoa. Whoa, wait. This came from the office of Attorney General Letitia James. You might recognize her name because she's the one that's currently suing Valve. You telling me she actually does real lawsuits that aren't dog shit? Is that possible? Unless I'm misremembering, I'm pretty sure it's Letitia James that's suing Valve. I'll double check. I'm nearly 100% sure though. Yeah. New York Attorney General Letitia James sues Valve Corporation. That was February 25th, 2026. Very interesting. Live Nation unlawfully requires artists who use the amphitheaters it owns to also use its event promotion services, and that fans have been overcharged for concert tickets at major concert venues across the country, which anyone who's been to a concert over the last decade will tell you. Ticketmaster overcharged states by $1.72 per ticket and what the state had estimated. Evidence at trial showed that a Live Nation regional director boasted a gouging ticket buyers and robbing them blind, we covered that, with fees for ancillary services such as slight parking upgrades. The verdict could cost Live Nation and Ticketmaster hundreds of millions of dollars just for the $1.72 per ticket that the jury found Ticketmaster had overcharged consumers in 22 states. Great news. Actually, wonderful news. I thought for sure this was kaput after the Trump administration stepped in to try and help the monopoly. The Trump administration last month decided to jump out of the case that began during the Biden era. The U.S. blindsided states by announcing a settlement with Live Nation during the trial, forcing states to take over the lead role. Trump administration gave up the fight and wanted to let these companies off the hook easily. But we kept fighting for every Arizonan who had been charged too much by this illegal monopoly, and we won. Trump admin agreed to stop pursuing a breakup of Live Nation and Ticketmaster as part of the settlement. The terms reportedly included changes to business practices and civil penalties of up to $280 million for states that opted to join the settlement, but only 6 states joined the deal, and they will reportedly receive a total of $18.6 million. So no more overpriced tickets. Okay, let's not get carried away, brother. This is good news, but it's not like it actually solves the full problem. At least not yet. It is a step in the right direction, though. You see the 26-year-old that died in the fake ICU. 26-year-old Connor Hilton of North Haven died August 2024 at a Bridgeport Hospital Milford campus after being admitted for pancreatitis. Parents are now suing Yale New Haven Health and Northeast Medical Group for negligence in a wrongful death claim. So here, I haven't read this article, but where does it talk about what happened? Because it's pretty wild. So according to the state report, Hilton did not see... This is after he had presented with his signs of pancreatitis. They admitted him to the ICU, but they didn't administer any medication to address the alcohol withdrawal or anything like that. According to the state report, Hilton did not see an in-person physician a single time in the 4 hours he was moved to the ICU. Instead, his in-person care team consulted virtually with a remote tele-ICU model. So they literally have just telehealthing your doctors instead of like actually saving your life in the ICU. How cool is that, huh? He was pronounced dead via video screen shared by the remote physician, by the way. Very, very sad and very scary. AI doctors next. Yep. This is This is the first of its kind, but it won't be the last. I feel like there would be too many liabilities to have AI-only doctors. You would think, but I'm pretty confident that the lawsuits and liabilities would still be cheaper for them. Like they're going to save more money just battling those and settling than they would just paying doctors and hospital staff. The wait to see is that's something I wanted to talk about a couple days ago and forgot. If any of you follow the gaming channel, in the most recent league tournament we played in, Andrew was talking about his kidney stones. This was like a month ago now. Well, Andrew was never able to pass those kidney stones, and according to like the doctor and the tests, which by the way, he had to wait like a long time in between everything. And he said like it was very dangerous because he couldn't pass the kidney stones, and the kidney stone was quite large. So for over the course of, I think now, because at that time when we were in that tournament, it had already been like 2 weeks or something. So I think in total it was like a month and a half with him in like excruciating pain, not able to see a doctor, not able to have a surgery, not even able to get the imaging until like weeks of discomfort. They didn't have any availability and wouldn't do anything for him. And then finally, this last Friday, he was able to like strong arm his way into an operation, or into a whatever gets rid of the kidney stones. I don't exactly know how it all works, but it's brutal. That is brutal. The wait for like specialists and stuff, yeah. I don't exactly know how it all shook out with his kidney stones because it was such a long, miserable process for him. But he was telling me a little bit about it, like, on last Tuesday or something. And he still had them. Crazy. Like, I knew the waits were long, but I didn't know they were that long for... I don't even know, is that even, like, a specialist, though? Because I think it was just, like, general procedure, right? But maybe it is. Scary stuff, man. Scary stuff. We're working an endocrinologist, and we're booking onto August, September right now. Oh. Horrifying. Drinking soda doesn't help, right? With kidney stones? No, man. No, soda doesn't cure them. Soda's actually pretty bad for kidney stones, if you can believe that. Did he drink a lot of soda? No, not really. He said he's... according to him, he said he's been prone to kidney stones, but just hadn't had any for like the last 4 years. So it's something that he's just always had like a predisposition for. And recently he's been drinking like more energy drinks and stuff throughout the day. So he said it was probably from that. What about Red Bull? Yeah, I think he was a Monster guy. Well, I say was, he's still alive. I think Andrew mainly drinks Monster from what I've seen. You saw RFK Jr. stole a dead raccoon's penis in front of his kids to study it. I saw that headline, and I feel like that told me all I needed to know. He's a scientist. He's used his own body as a canvas for means of study. He's testing the human limits with meth and that brain worm. So of course he's going to study raccoon penis. I believe it. RFK Jr. is also starting a podcast. Is he? Hype. We were running low on podcasts. He has the smoothest and perfect voice for it, too. That's true. That is a good point. Thoughts on the AI Val Kilmer movie coming out? The AI Val Kilmer movie. What? As deep as the grave. Val Kilmer AI Performance 2026. Wait. Are we on the cusp of peak? This is what the cinema's been demanding. There he is! Very Bird Box coded. Wow. What a cool tagline. Wait, what? Some stories were too hidden to be found. That's some shit I would have wrote on like my 4th grade Pixo website, coldflames.pixo. Flames so hot they were cold. They think this is Uncharted, bro. For sure. Damn, that is a hot tagline. This shit was so hidden, but Val Kilmer found it. Oh, it's a true story. Where'd they hide it?
Don't fear the dead, and don't fear me.
Wow, that was something that was incredible. Apparently he gave permission before he died, so I don't even know anymore. That's just so fucking sad, man. That's just so sad. I'm gonna look that up. Let me see. Yeah. Okay, I'll read this. He had been cast in the film before Pass, but was not well enough to shoot his scenes. As noted in a release from production company First Line Films, Voorhees opted to digitally create Kilmer's performance with the support of the late star's daughter. So it was the daughter that okayed it. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. When are you getting your Northern Line cruise ticket? Leaves from Tampa, so it's perfect for you. We're heavily debating getting Aaron on that cruise. And it also, especially because it goes through his birthday. He said he'd do it, but we're not convinced it would be a good video. I really think it would just end up being fucking miserable for him. We're still cooking on it in the lab, debating if it's worth. Thought you were anti-travel, brother. I would never go on a cruise. I hate the idea of a cruise. You're literally on a fucking floating prison. Can't leave even if you want to. You're just stuck there. And I'm not like a big gambler, so I don't care about the casinos. I'm not a big water park guy, so I don't care about the water parks. Food's cool, but I could also just eat food on land and go home. I would never go on a cruise. I hate the idea of it. Then you have horror stories like the poop cruise. All kinds of awful stuff. But we were thinking about sending Aaron on the Northern Line Super Cruise. Just to document that. Imagine it ends up being Titanic 2. Aaron's footage would be huge in that case. Like, the idea is silly, and Aaron's, like, super open to doing it. It's just genuinely one of those things where, like, the idea might be more fun than the actual thing. Because I think inevitably what's going to happen... For those that don't know what we're even yapping about, I'll pull it up real quick.
My mom...
Here. So, Northern Lion, as well as some other streamers, are doing a cruise.
Chicks.
And it's leaving out of Tampa for some reason. But yeah, so that's basically the gist of it. So, it's a streamer cruise where the chat is on the vessel with the streamers that they adore. The characters that would show up for that could be something beyond human imagination. So, like, the idea conceptually of sending Aaron on this as, like, a scout, or like a basically a wartime journalist, is, like, a really silly, fun idea for TOC. But this is actually his birthday. Like, we would literally be sending him to streamer cruise jail for his birthday. And it just, I don't know. I don't know if it feels cruel. It is real. No, Northern Line has confirmed this is real. And it leaves out of Tampa. Like, it leaves out of Tampa. And the whole thing is, the fans get to go there on the cruise, and they get to have a Q&A. They get to watch the live stream in person. I don't know what the variety shows really consist of. Hopefully a talent show will get Aaron up there and juggle for him. Or maybe deliver like a tight 5 stand-up. It's actually a gift and it's only $2,100. Well, actually the cheapest tickets are $1,800. So we'd put Aaron in the fucking nosebleeds or whatever it is on the cruise. Whatever like the stowaway section is for $1,800. They'll have him come out to go to the Northern Lion Q&A and watch him play some Slay the Spire. We have to get him the squat up ticket. That was another thing we kicked around, because Danny said he'd be willing to duo with him, get the duo Q ticket bundle or whatever. Danny loves cruises, but he might be on his honeymoon at this time, so he's not sure. I just don't know if it's... like, the idea itself is silly and wacky, but genuinely the video might just be terrible. Might just actually be terrible. And then we just wasted Aaron's whole birthday. And it'd feel bad. You know damn well everyone but the streamers will be treated like prisoners with extremely limited access. So I think what it is, I could be wrong. I'm still a little confused on it. I think it is a normal cruise, like a completely normal cruise. This isn't like Northern Lion's private dinghy, like it's not his vessel that's cruising. I think it is an entirely normal cruise that Northern Lion and the other streamers that are listed have with a section booked. So like they have their own streamer section. So what it would be is the fans book the normal cruise through Northern Lion's Super Cruise, and they are their guests basically. They're there for them, but they get access to the whole crew, or the whole cruise, and very limited access, I imagine, to the streamers for their own safety. Because I bet if the fans just get to like be around them at all time, it would be like piranhas. It would be like chimpanzees like ripping their flesh off. Are you going to christen the vessel in Tampa? Yeah, I'll go out there and I'll break the champagne on the cruise and spank it on the ass. And then I'll give Aaron a big salute on his way out on the streamer Super Cruise. Last Flag came out, the Imagine Dragons game, peak player 558. Will you play it? I mean, I played the tech test or whatever it was, the beta, I don't know. I didn't love it, so probably not. I don't see why I would. Wubby got sponsored by them a few streams ago. Wubby got sponsored by Last Flag. No way, why? Oh yeah. There he is, playing a little bit of Last Flag. That Imagine's Dragon money hit. Tyler 1 was sponsored to play it too. Damn, they had a big sponsorship campaign. That's Imagine Dragons, baby. I'm curious, hold on. So Tyler 1, Wubby, Fan. Look, it looks like a lot of people got sponsored for Last Flag. How did that do for the player count? Peak player count of 556. I don't know if this is a hot take or not. I truly think sponsoring streamers to play a game is completely fucking worthless. Genuinely. Unless your game's just already successful and you just want to get like a stronger word of mouth out there, I just don't really even see the point. Like if you have a game that doesn't have like legs on its own, there's just no value out of paying streamers to try and pump it. And isn't Last Flag free? It's $12. Wow, okay, that explains a lot. Didn't they pay you to play Dying Like the Beast? Yeah, I was playing it anyway. And that's what I just said. I feel like that makes more sense if you already have a game that's going to be strong and you just want more word of mouth. I get that. But like this game, you don't get anything out of it. I don't see it. I just don't see it. Because the streamers, it's very clear, aren't really into it. I don't get it. I used to think differently. I used to think that this was like a really smart strategy for up-and-coming games to like snatch up a bunch of streamers to try and pump it off rip. But it just doesn't work. Maybe it did back then. It doesn't now. Now the sponsored streams for like big games are the ones that I get. That makes sense. I don't know what else they could do with the money. I couldn't tell you. All I know is that this strategy just doesn't work. Probably better off spending those resources making the game better. and have people like actually want to play it. But I don't know what the solution is. But yeah, I definitely take, like, very rarely I'll take like sponsored streams for games that I know I'm gonna like. Like Dying Light the Beast. That was the last one I did. Or Warframe. But those are games I play and like a lot. Warframe was one of my most played games on Steam all the way up until like 2023, and it's still in like my top 5 most hours on Steam. I understand why a streamer would take it. Oh, I totally get that. I'm not saying for the streamer's perspective. I'm talking from the company. Like, I don't understand why Imagine Dragons guy would even be like, all right, let's start paying out the ass for all these streamers who aren't interested in our game. We're never going to play it, to play our game on stream for 2 hours to an audience that doesn't want to watch it. It just, that doesn't make sense to me. I don't get it. Because it doesn't work. If you saw Whoopi's chat during that stream, they were dogpiling it. And I feel like that happens every time. Like, genuinely. Again, I think that money could have just been better spent making the game better. Like, I don't know where else the marketing budget would go. Like, I guess maybe choose streamers who might have actually played it organically. I don't know. At the end of the day, I don't care. It's good for the streamers, I guess. It just makes no sense for the company. Reminds me of King of Meat with what they chose to... Yeah, exactly. King of Meat is really the one that's completely changed my tune on how games market. King of Meat, which is shut down now, by the way. R.I.P. King of Meat. King of Meat paid hundreds of thousands, presumably, maybe even in the millions, for that really tight Mr. Beast sponsorship, where Mr. Beast even made a full dedicated video, millions of views, even had a Mr. Beast game mode in King of Meat, and it had, what, 200 peak players ever and then died? Yeah, Amazon game, by the way. And they also sponsored a ton of other people as well for King of Meat. Only ever getting 200 players or something. If that, it might have been less. So think about, like, the millions of dollars they spent there just going into making a good game. Or, like, even like, let's say they don't want to make the game any better. They could have taken that and given it to, like, Fall Guys streamers or something. Something, like, genuinely adjacent to the game they are making, where the community might want to play it, or the streamer might have been interested in checking it out. Mind's Eye also paid a ton of streamers to play it, and it made the game look worse. Mind's Eye is another great example. Yes, exactly. Hey man, but that, again, it's good for the streamers that companies keep doing it. I just don't know why they keep doing it. Just keep farming it, though. This shit's crazy. The whole friend group tried to play Arc Raiders out of nowhere, just word of mouth. Word of mouth is like the most powerful thing in the modern day and age. Anything organic, or at least appearing organic. I think a lot of it's fucking psyop like Nidos and all that, but word of mouth is huge. I was curious, it looks like Burnt Peanut was also sponsored by Last Flag? What the fuck? Holy shit, how much money did they pay on the streamer, the sponsored streams? He still has the banner up. Hold on. Just that alone, just having the Burnt Peanut as a sponsored streamer was probably like, I would say comfortably, let's see how long he played, comfortably 6 figures. Yeah, you're right. He played it yesterday. The VOD has 1.2 million views, by the way. 500 players on Steam, peak. If a company sponsor you to play a game, what game you play for sponsor? Games that I know I'm going to like, games that I'm already going to play. Like, I'm playing Pragmata this week. If Pragmata wants to sponsor it, sure. I'm playing it regardless. I'm very excited for Pragmata. Dying Light the Beast. Warframe. PoE 2. For the last league. Well, not the last league. The league before last league. When I was grinding the fuck out of that league. Games like that. But I think it makes a lot of sense for streamers just to farm these kind of huge paychecks. There's no reason not to, even though the game is just not good. So yeah, it looks like he played it for like 2.5 hours. That was easily a 6-figure deal. And nobody from the Burnt Peanut community checked out the game. Have you heard of FandomCon 2026? It was a scammy convention that went on in San Jose. A lot of upset vendors and drama. FandomCon? No. It looks like it has more going on than Barbie Dreamfest and the Willy Wonka experience, at least. Badly run show with very few guests, overpromised and way underdelivered. Badges were given out without lanyards, or with leftover lanyards from 2 years ago. Artist Alley was 25 artists. They seemed unhappy, audibly complaining about poor staff communication. AI art on sale. One Redditor went to see the voice actor from Freerun who dropped out with only a quiet announcement. There was a disco area on the main floor. I bet that was lit. And it was silent the whole time, aside from one individual sitting there wearing headphones. Registration staff knew nothing, couldn't reach anyone who did. Friday guests were left standing while the showrunner walked off mid-promise to get them set up. Only a few dealers actually showed up. Includes 2 3D printed dragon guys and one of those mass-produced crochet flower trinket stalls. And another 4 or 5 booths were advertising other conventions, and one was selling AT&T. No comics. Saturday was worst attendance. Most vendors closed booth early. Unusual heavy rain that weekend, and Food Fest outside was canceled. Nothing to do. We were done browsing everything, with taking our time after an hour. General vibe was empty and sad.
Welcome back. It's now the afternoon. It is 3:37 and it's still pretty quiet. Yeah, there's a little more foot traffic, but it's
pretty
not
quiet. Those Helldivers right next to you.
It's not like cooling to sales. Pretty quiet. Yeah, there's a little more foot traffic, but it's not like cooling to sales. Some people are slowly breaking down now. A lot of people did not make their booths, and then some they would have talked to. They promised the moon and the stars. There were no stars. Only this cute Ragatha. She's awesome. They have stuff, but it's not a very big event, so you could get through it in less than an hour, maybe 2. It doesn't have like redo value, honestly. A lot of sellers are mad, a lot of vendors are mad, a lot of artists are mad. This is just, don't tell us 10,000 people. Where are these 10,000 people? It's not 10,000.
The rain scared them away.
5,000. This 10 thing. See that there's so much empty spaces. Actually, this area has no traffic, so because it's facing the wall, and this area just gave just.
Seems fun. This video got taken down, calling it ScamCon. I think they are worried about a defamation lawsuit or something. SantaCon also got shut down today. The organizer got arrested by the feds. The organizer of SantaCon got taken in by the authorities? What? SantaCon leader ran his own $1 million convention US. What? Let's start at the beginning. What is SantaCon? Is this not like a Santa Claus thing? Oh, it's New York Times. God, I hate it. I hate it. One of those websites. You have to create an account or pay for it or something. It's so cringe. It's so cringe. Stefan Pildes, president of the nonprofit that runs SantaCon, was charged with 1 count of wire fraud. If convicted, he faces up to 20 years in prison. So 1 count of wire fraud. Now, I don't know how big this wire fraud is. Worth mentioning, Robert Morris, the turbo pastor who found guilty of molesting a 12-year-old girl numerous times, only got 6 months in jail. Just something worth throwing out there. It's interesting how the system works sometimes. Lead organizer of SantaCon New York City, an annual Christmas-themed bar crawl, so it is Santa Claus adjacent, is both beloved and reviled, took more than half of the nearly $3 million the event raised for charity over 5 years, federal prosecutors said on Wednesday. Wait, what? That's a lot of money to be raising. I've never heard of it. The organizer, Stefan, used his position as the president of the nonprofit to illegally divert the money into a separate company to finance personal ventures and spent hundreds of thousands of dollars on extensive renovations to a lakefront property in New Jersey, luxurious vacations in Hawaii, Las Vegas, Fail. Extravagant meals and a luxury vehicle. Stefan promoted SantaCon as an event grounded in charitable giving, but instead of donating the millions of dollars he raised, he ran his own con game. Ah. The charitable, non-political, nonsensical Santa Claus convention that happens once a year to fund art and spread absurdist joy. It was described by the New York Times in December 2025 as magical, pointless, playful, obnoxious, creative, and confusing. And it was all a lie. He was stealing it.